What's poppin'? It's your boy Cassius Cuvée, and this is the Come Up. Every Sunday, live on YouTube at noon. Your boy Cassius Cuvée is gonna bring it to you, the real stuff, how to make money trading, how to read the charts, technical analysis. Do it every Sunday, and you know what? This time we got to do the episode that I've been meaning to do for the longest time, which is straight up how to short and make money in crypto. And, this is one of those things that everyone in the profit circle is pretty aware of. I got to say that, we do a lot of shorting in there, and partially because, I started doing the group probably late into the bull market. We knew we were pretty close to the top, and so, most of us caught the top, and we've been shorting on the way down. And, it feels good to be right, but it also feels good to know that I actually warned everybody since basically 2024, early 2024, about what would happen in this market. And, I kept saying over and over again, learn to trade in both directions. So here we are. If you have not already learned to short, we're going to go over it a bunch of different ways. Shout out, first of all, to the Profit Circle. Been killing it. If you guys aren't in the private group, man, the Wins channel is just been popping lately. Shout out to the chat. What's going on, Blockchain Cowboy? I'm going to get a couple of things set up here for in a second, y'all, because I'm going to let everybody get in here. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play this. I'm gonna play this one for you guys. These are my Giga shorts that are pretty much all these are still open actually right now. I Giga shorted 55 shorts at the top of the market. This is in 2024, November, December, that time period. And there are meme coins and stupid shit that I knew was not gonna ever hold up this long again. Giga shorted called the top, and I'm up thousands of % on several of them. So I'm going to play this video while we let everybody get going. I'm going to set up the super chat goal because I will do some live trading on Breakout Prop. Oh, we got to refresh it. But I'll do some live trading on Breakout Prop. I'll get that set up if we get the super chat goal. So anybody who's new to my channel, welcome. This is your boy Cassius Cuvée. I'm a recording artist. I've also been trading crypto and stocks for many years, over 6 years now, and got a lot of experience. We'll get into that in a second. First, let me just show you some results. If you guys weren't following me on Twitter, you haven't seen this on social media yet, pay attention. In fact, this little video has sound to it, but instead of music this time, it's got Tony Montana. That's right, Scarface is on here. So here we go. Let's get it popping one time.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what'll I make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide, how to lie. Me, I don't have that problem. Me, I always tell the truth, even when I lie. So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you. Come on. Make way for the bad guy here. There's a bad guy coming through. Better get out of his way.
Tony Montana could say it better than I ever could. You know what I mean? Listen. Say hello to the bad guy. That's why I had to grow out the Hollywood Hogan beard last month. This is No Shave November, but I did it a month early. And, shout out to the chat. I got some folks in there, some new folks. They love that video. Jet Set Ethan was popping. We got Blockchain Cowboy Servanto in the house. And, he sees you in the Discord. The private Discord, the Profit Circle is lit, y'all. In fact, let me just turn that up. Let me just show that real quick because it's not just me, all right? This is the Wins channel. So over here's the Wins channel. This is just today. Okay, just today we posting wins in this bad boy. I hit this big one. Called this out last night before bed. Pippin. It turned around and dropped. We're going to show that one. We got some other ones all week. This channel's been lit. Blueberry's been lighting it up. We got some new folks in there. Top tier doing his thing. Blockchain Cowboys winning. Blueberry, of course, again. Man, I was hitting. Man, we've been hitting. This is the Wins channel here. So we got a new person, Marlon, as well. he joined it. And the Profit Circle is where we help each other out. We share trade setups and different things like that. So, 7 days a week. And that's the beautiful thing about crypto, 24/7. So it's international. We got people from all over the world in there. Shout out to the Netherlands and wherever else is from. Anybody, guys in the chat, write down what city you're in and what country you're in the chat out there. That would be dope. And, when we get back, maybe we'll do that in the general chat. So the way you get into the Profit Circle is there's a link in the description of this video. And basically, anybody can get access to the general chat. So go in there, say hello, say what's up so we know you're live and active. Tell us what you're trading, what you're looking at. We love sharing opinions on what we might see, what you might see something we don't see. There's a million tickers out there. In fact, there's 26 million crypto tickers. And so you never know which one will be an opportunity. Now, here's the thing. We have a future trade set up here. So when we see something, we call it out. So like here you can see Cess has been calling out. Shout out to Cess. Blueberry, of course, been crushing it. I've called out a couple in there. Let's see. So we won this trade twice. We won this one twice. So this was, this week, I can't even remember all the trades we took this week. We had some great winners in there. But anyways, join the Profit Circle. You can see the winners. And you can also see the general chat for free as soon as you just jump in there. Now, there is a premium section of it. And the premium section is where you get to see the future trade setups. Now, here's the thing. The premium is normally $99 a month, but I'm giving it to you for free for 1 month. All you have to do is create a Fimex account using my invite code. So right here on the screen here, the Fimex, GMMNX5. Create a Fimex account. That's Fimex is right here. Trade on Fimex. And you get special perks when you use my discount code, so it's definitely worth it to do it. And then that way you get access. All you got to do is then come over to Verify, and then it'll send you to WAP. And there's a Discord bot, and the bot verifies you that you created an account with my invite code. And then this way, instead of paying me the money, just deposit the money into your account. I want you to trade and win, and you're gonna see. So then you go to let me just pull it up here one more time. So after you create a Fimex account, this takes like 2 minutes, all right? And there's a video course on my YouTube channel on how to do it if you're not sure. You will need a VPN if you're not in a region that is allowed. But anyways, let's see here. We're going to come to verify. All you got to do is click this, put in your user ID, and then you'll go to get free trial. You click this, and you'll go to WAP, and then you put in information, then boom, all the other channels open up. So we got bullish and bearish tickers. We got the market analysis. Again, not just me. There's lots of other traders in there calling out different things, what we're all seeing. We definitely have the future trades, which is where we show the trade setups. Not everyone can post in there, just the folks who've been giving us the game. We got, here's the bearish tickers, the recently bearish, recently bullish. I put those in there. And a lot of most of it is talking in the market analysis channel. Sometimes we'll give out some for free here in the general, but we'll post like the setup, and then we'll say, check the general chat. Check the future trades. See right here. So weekend setup, Blueberry posted this weekend setup. If you go to he doesn't say what ticker it is though. So then when you go over here to, because anybody can see this, but once you're verified, then you just go to future trades, and then you can see what the ticker is, right? So you see the opportunities that are in here. So that's how the Discord works. In order to join the Discord, again, it's free for 30 days just to give it a try, no problem. And listen, I'm going to be doing a lot of giveaways as well. So, like, for folks who've been real active and stuff, I may extend another free month for you or whatever the case may be. Speaking of giveaways, we did have a contest, and it's actually got extended one more day. So through this channel, through this episode of the show of the Come Up, actually, I want to show you that. The Breakout Prop $100,000 giveaway. So we still have it available today. And so my business development manager just told me that he's going to announce the winner on Monday, late Monday. So basically we got until today, all the way through today, probably another 24 hours. So anybody who's never tried a prop firm, now might be the perfect time to do it, because if you use my discount code GGRF7W, you get entered into this contest. Now, the discount code is going to save you money no matter if you are, entering the contest or not. Basically, anytime you can use the discount code GGRF7W is going to save you money on any evaluation. It's not a huge amount. Breakout Prop doesn't really do like sales. Like, they're not going to have a Black Friday sale, for example, right? So the only way to get a little bit of a discount is if you use a referral code. And since you're watching me, you may as well use mine. And I also have a lot of tutorial videos in my YouTube channel that show you how to use Breakout Prop, navigate the platform, the trading terminal, and also, let me see, I'll show you down here. Just the trading terminal and stuff like this down here, how to do different types of trade setups, and maybe we'll go over some trades today. We're definitely going to talk about shorting today, though. We're going to show you how to short and how to make some money today trading and shorting. And there's a couple of things I definitely want to call out because there's warnings. Shorting can be risky, and I want to go over the risks. But shorting is also what you might need to do in a bear market. And that's how you can make some money instead of everybody crying about they're not making any money because they all thought they were geniuses because you bought a ticker and it went to the moon. It's like, that's not real trading, you know? And so, a real trader who wants to learn how to make some money every day is going to need to know how to go both long and short. So let me pull back up this real quick. I want to start off the show here by showing you guys this graphic, not the graph. So breakout prop. Yeah, one more day to enter this, but that's not what I want to show you. I want to show you this. This is some alpha. So you can take a screenshot of this if you want. Come on. Oh, it's up here above that. I'm looking at the wrong thing right here. Nope, not that one. It's got too many things on top of too many things. I reveal it. Okay, right here. So now this chart, this is just basic math. Oh, shout out to the chat. Y'all been doing the most over here. Okay. So yeah, we got, let's see, we got the USA, Mississippi, small towns, Laurel. We got the city of Goodyear, Arizona in the house. Let's see. We got the, oh, yes. The blockchain cowboy makes a good point. The discount code helps with the 90-10 split. What he's talking about on that is in breakout prop, when you purchase your valuation, there's a box that you can check that you spend an extra 10%, but then you get a better return on the back end. So when you withdraw your money, normally breakout prop takes 20%, but if you click that box to pay a little bit extra on the front end, then they only take 10% on the back end. So like, if you got a $999 evaluation, you got to pay an extra $100, but if you won $10,000, then they're not going to take out $2,000. They're only going to take out $1,000. So basically, you save yourself $1,000 or $900 by doing that. So, and then of course the sky's the limit. You can win as many times as you want. As many withdrawals as you can without getting breached. So, in the long run, it's definitely worth it to check that box. And then the discount offsets some of that. Basically, is what he's saying here. So, that's a pretty good way of looking at it too. It kind of saves you some money on that. All right, now Nevada's in the house. Right on, all set. Yo. All right, so. Right here on the screen here, what you're looking at is portfolio loss and the gain required to break even. Now, this is for anybody out there who has maybe lost a lot of money or they're down on their bags, right? You bought a lot of crypto bags and they're down right now. Keep this in mind, how much you have to gain. So first, you're down 10%, you only need to make 11% to get back even. But if you're down a big whopping 50%, you got to make back 100%. If you're down 70%, you got to make back 233%. And long story short, if you're down 97%, you ain't making it back. That's basically what that means. And so not with the same ticker, not just by holding. So the reason why I'm showing you this is to say, well, it doesn't mean, so there's an old saying in trading. I learned this in TradFi also. TradFi is traditional finance. It's when you used to trade stocks. They say you don't have to win it back the same way you lost it, okay? So just because this ticker is down 97% doesn't mean you should average down, especially in crypto. God, Lord knows, especially in crypto. Doesn't mean you should average down and hope that this one that's 97% down is going to come back 3,233%. That rarely happens in crypto, y'all. Listen, let me tell you something real quick. The reason I'm doing this, guys, I honestly am a better trader when I'm not focused on creating content and doing live streams and talking to the group and everything. When I just lock in and block out all the noise, I'm a much better trader when I do that. But part of the reason I'm doing this, the reason why I have a passion is not just to teach you how to win money. I want to keep you from getting wrecked. And I say this pretty much every show, but that is the reason. This has been my mission, okay? Because I've been in crypto since, early 2021, but I was trading before that stocks. And, a lot of crazy shit happens in crypto. You got these bull markets, you got these bear markets, and things pump and then they dump. And that's just how it works. And, I don't want people who are new and retail to lose all their money and get a bad taste in their mouth. It sucks, obviously. I've had some losses. I've also had Celsius went under and stole a bunch of our money. And, a lot of bad things can happen in crypto. So I'm here to try to keep you from getting wrecked. All right. Like, I don't know why, but I care. I care about y'all. I don't want the same things that happen to me to happen to everybody else. Just like when I first got into TradFi and crypto, I want to tell everybody about it because no one told me. So I want to give people an opportunity, but now I see what more of the risks and the dangers are. But I also now know how to capitalize on it. And that was what this initial video was about here. This one that I put up here from YouTube that I made, basically showing all the wins I made. It's because I was right and all of these moon boys at the top were wrong. And if you listen to them, you got fucking wrecked. All right? This is not really about bragging. This was just to make a point. I knew this was the top. I knew this shit was fake. This whole entire market was pumped by meme coins, and it was like, you guys, you got to make sure you're careful not to lose all your money. That's what this was about. And so, you know, a lot of people didn't listen to me, obviously. And here they are now talking about, oh, anybody who said they told you so wasn't paying attention. No, you guys, I warned you all along. And that's what I love about the Profit Circle. We got real traders in there. Everybody in the Profit Circle is pretty much realistic. We trade in both directions. We're not afraid to short. So without further ado, let's get into the charts here, because shorting is one of the ways you're going to make money in a bear market. All right. Now, when we're day trading, we're short-term trading. It doesn't really matter, right? You know, whatever ticker. The one we did last night, for example, was Pippin. Look at this thing. Look how little this thing was moving, right? These little candles. But we saw in the past, you can go back to 8 hours, this ticker's not that new. I mean, not that old. Every time it pumped, it came back down. Every time it pumped, this pump was exceptional, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But it came all the way back down before barely some people even woke up in the morning. You know, like it peaked here at 2200 my time, and we're back all the way back down at 7 a.m. So in 9 hours, it did the whole dooski. All right. So, you know, in the Profit Circle, this is one I called out. I didn't tell you exactly when to call the top. You got to play it on your own here. But, you know, I called it out when it was about here or something. I'm like, you guys, this one's going crazy. So here's the thing. When I say in the thumbnail and I say I'm going to teach you how to short, there's kind of two different things, okay? I want to specify this. One is like a P&D, like this, a pump and dump, where it's just a short squeeze, and we wait for it to slow down, momentum slow down, and then you take it back down. That's usually like a short. That's like a 1 or 2 days, hopefully, right? That, you know, doesn't take forever. What I was doing in this over here is what we call a giga short, where like I bought these at the top, and I caught them all the way down. Now, here's the thing. You're not going to catch this at the tippy top right now. We're already past the tippy top. So even if I go back over here to TradingView, let me just pick one. I got a long list of tickers I look at regularly, you guys. There's a couple hundred of them on this list. I wouldn't say I look at all of them every day, but I go down them to see what's doing what, you know. But I will say, you know, it's pretty good to trade the tickers you're used to trading. You know what? In the chat, tell me what are some of the tickers you guys like to trade. What are some of your favorite tickers? It might be Bitcoin, Ethereum, might be some shit coins. I see some people call out Alice. Some people had some winners on Alice. That used to be one of my favorite shit coins to short. What are some of your tickers that are favorite to short, either long or short? Trade, I say favorite to trade, either long or short. Tell me in the chat. Basically, look at like Cosmos. This is a coin I've been holding since 2021, right? And down more than I can tell you, right? All these long-term bags. Like, look at this pump. This is in 2021. Came all the way back down here again. So that's why I knew when this happened again this year, I was like, you guys, this shit is not real. Especially here. So we caught this pump. This is 2024, March. This came all the way down. When it peaked here, see, this is December. This is the weekly chart. I was like, this ain't real. You know what I mean? When it started rolling over, now here's Monday, December 9th. This is where my FIMX Giga Short entered. And I'm riding it all the way down, and I have no fear that this is going to come back up again. But this is like what you call a giga short, so I can't this opportunity doesn't happen all the time. This happens like once a cycle. So here we go. All set likes to short Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, XRP, and Aster. Robert likes Atom, ATM. Yeah, I like shorting Atom as well for sure. I do want to say one thing about Breakout prop. Bitcoin and Ethereum have 5x leverage built in. So the tickers will move a lot faster if you trade here on Breakout prop Bitcoin Ethereum. Everything else has 2x leverage built in, which is still faster than on like anything else you'll see. Now, of course, you can set your own leverage when you trade on FIMX. You can set your own leverage, but the difference is you can kind of see it when you set your position on FIMX and you adjust the leverage. Then you're gonna actually like kind of control it because you see what leverage you're setting and what your position is versus your margin. Whereas on Breakout prop, you really only see your margin, and then your P&L just moves 5 times faster. So just be cognizant of that. If you're trading Bitcoin, Ethereum, it's going to move real fast. The other thing is sometimes people think that they're paying extra high fees on Breakout prop. They're not realizing that is because you're paying 5 times higher position. Because if I put, let's say, for example, I have a $100,000 account that I could trade Bitcoin with. If I put 100,000, I made a video explaining this, but if I put 100 grand on this, let's see. 1 Bitcoin would be like 5 Bitcoin, 604. They're probably not going to let me do that. But if I did, this is actually $500,000. It's actually $500,000 of Bitcoin. So you won't see that though, because this is margin. There's 5x leverage built in on this. And then what that really means is that your P&L will just move 5 times faster. And your money, so you need to know that, because if it goes against you, you know, you're just going to go against you fast, you might get breached. So I always say start small. In fact, let me just, you see how it saves the last one you're on? I don't even want it to be on that. I don't want to accidentally click it. We'll put it on, I don't even want to put it on 1 Bitcoin just for the sake of not making an accident. Let's see, put it on 0.5 here. Half a lot. So they go by lots. Unfortunately, you can't just type in the amount on Breakout Prop. It's an annoyance. So 87.52 is a lot here. All right. So for shorting, though, I definitely want to explain this, because I've made this whole cycle, I've made more money shorting than going long. And so I definitely want to call that one out, because, bro, if we're in a bear market, I mean, I could show you Bitcoin, but really the altcoins are the ones that dump in the hardest. Let me go to Total 3. Do you guys out there know what Total 3 is, this ticker Total 3? If anybody doesn't know, let me tell you what it is. Total 3 right here. Total 3 is the total crypto market cap minus Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stable coins. And so, you know, this ticker is, you know, basically aggregated by whatever they see on, I guess, coin market cap. Now, I am starting to wonder a little bit where they're getting some of this data from. But specifically, that's what it means. So basically, these are all the other altcoins besides Bitcoin and Ethereum. And, of course, not stable coins. So by market caps, right? So this is coming down significantly right here. What I'm looking at here down here is Market Cipher B. Now, Market Cipher B is an indicator. Crypto Face put it out. It's this indicator. And basically, it's one that a lot of us in the profit circle use to trade on. These are the momentum waves, the blue waves. There's other things here as well. These are RSIs. Money flow is this green line, and the VWAP is this orange, this yellow line. I'm not going to go over the whole Market Cipher right now, but the main thing are these blue momentum waves. You got a light blue wave and a dark blue wave, and when they cross, they give you this dot. Now, this is the weekly chart. As you can see, they crossed here. It doesn't mean price can't go any higher, but as long as a red dot, it basically means bearish momentum on the way down. And this has been playing out like, just like it's supposed to play out. Like, it's just going straight down. I don't know when this is going to roll over. The way you start to tell is you got to zoom in some. So I'm going to zoom in a 4-day, and I'm just looking right here. Watch right here how this curls over. 3-day. You can see how the bigger waves, or I should say the smaller waves, roll into the bigger waves, and I'm going bigger to smaller right now. Just 1 day. So that was 2 days. This is the one. So now we got a green dot on the 1 day. Maybe we can finally start to find a bottom here. Total 3, 12-hour, 8-hour. We're starting to get a little bit of a pump, but it's nothing, you know. It's a tough one when you have these big, heavy waves. So the way I look at it is like these are like waves in the ocean. When a big wave is crashing this way, if we splashed a smaller wave at it, it would just get eaten by a big wave. It doesn't really mean nothing. So basically, it's really tough when you got these big downward momentum waves. When I say downward, anything after the red dot is down. 2-week facing down. We got a 1 monthly wave facing down. Ouch. And even a 2-month. This is why I'm pretty confident that the bear market has started. It would take a lot to reverse this wave. You see, I mean, this dot, that just doesn't happen very often. So Total 3 is not an individual ticker, so I don't like to do TA on anything that isn't an actual ticker that people can buy. This is Bitcoin. Let me put it on this one. So even on Bitcoin, we got a 2-month red dot, and at the end of the day, Bitcoin is the leader of the market. If it drops, altcoins are going to drop as well. So for right now, we're bearish. That kind of sets the table. Okay, especially on all these big time frames, the 2 month, the 1 month, the 2 week, the 1 week, right? Technically, we are bearish as long as there's a red dot. It means the momentum is facing downward. Doesn't mean in the short term you can't catch a bounce, right? Right now, we got a green dot on the daily. Maybe you can catch a bounce. But let's say you wanted to continue shorting because you're like, I don't know about this. You know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna hit the, you know, we're in a downtrend. Basically, instead of buying the dip, we want to sell the rip, right? That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. I don't think that we're gonna come back to all-time highs. I think the bear market has started. That is my thesis, right? So listen, you don't have to have the same thesis as I have, but that's my thesis based on what I just showed you about the higher time frames. So until I'm proven innocent, I'm guilty until proven innocent is the market right now. You see, I had made this prediction. It was wrong. It actually did not bounce here. It actually went even lower. Like, ouch. Finally found some support. You can see right here is a level of support here. Clearly, this was back in March. So, like, you know, it kind of makes sense that Bitcoin found some support right here. Could we get a bounce here? I would think, hopefully, yes. Got a really deep green dot here. So what I'm doing is I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I like looking at the 8-hour. Basically, if I was going to short, like, it wouldn't be like right now, okay? What's going on, Alan? So right now, so what we're looking at is here, and this is just really roughly, right? It's not so much price that I'm trying to predict. What I'm trying to predict here is this momentum wave. And basically the point I'm trying to get at is when would you short? For me, I would start to look to short once we get the 8-hour red dot. Now, when a red dot comes right here, a red dot doesn't necessarily mean price is going to go straight down in 8 hours. It never means, you never can say that definitively either way. But it means that the upward momentum has slowed down on a pretty big time frame here on the 8-hour. Okay, this is like when I say it's my midterm swing trade, it's maybe like 1 or 2 weeks like cycle of swings, right? Like sometimes you get the Christmas tree lights, and it's going to continue with that trend when you get the Christmas tree lights. But a lot of times when the 8-hour is a good marker to swing. Sometimes you get a first one like this, and then the second one, this is what looks like a bull div, and then price did actually shoot up here for a minute. But 8 hours cool. It's like this can play out within this week, right? Sunday is a new week, or we'll call it next week. If crypto week starts on a Monday, and so you would short. I don't know what price is going to be. If you guys notice, I don't make a lot of price predictions. Why? Because I trade off momentum. So first, this is 80% of the cake, and this is the frosting. The first thing I look at is what's going on down here in market cipher B. So okay, how do I know when an 8-hour red dot's going to come? Well, you got to zoom in. So we're going to zoom in. So listen, I'm just watching this right here. Watch these waves, right? So we've got 5-hour, I'm assuming that was 6 hours, 5-hour, 4-hour. All these are showing me momentum still going up, right? It's not time to short yet on a swing trade. 3 hours still going up, 2 hours still going up. Even though the 1 hour, okay, so now we got the 1 hour, and it's giving us some Christmas tree lights. We're still going up. So the 1 hour is not the one that's going to tell me when to start shorting it. The 2 hours still going up. So we are bullish right now, right? We're bullish. Doesn't mean we're mega bullish. Doesn't mean we're going to the moon. It just means right now price is going up, right? I mean, pretty obvious, but the momentum is to the upside. This is not a scam wick on this is Bitcoin, right? Not a scam wick. So what we're looking for is when is it? So let me put back on this one because I have more lines of old lines of support and resistance on this one. The white lines are my support and resistance. These other lines are just like trades I was in. So basically, I want to wait. If I'm watching this in real time throughout the week, I want to wait until, maybe we get a 6-hour red dot. That means to get the red dot, you're going to have to see some red candles here, a little bit of red candles on the smaller time frames. It might go up like this and, do some of this, and then eventually kind of sideways chop. Eventually you're going to get a 6-hour red dot, and you might say, okay, is an 8-hour coming? That's the kind of things that we're looking for. But in reality, what really happens is that price will do one of these, and then retrace before it comes back down again, right? That's a lot of times what will happen. Even it kind of did it here, right? Kind of retraced, but didn't make a new high. Boom, that was a sign of short right there. So, or sometimes it'll go like this, and then make a newer high, and then do one of these. But the point is, you're not going to start to get some red dots until you catch this first one coming down a little bit. The only way that these dots are going to show up down here is that momentum has stopped to the upside is if we start going down. Like price actually never moves actually flat, right? It's either up or down depending on what time frame you moved in, right? There's always a little bit of wiggle. So you're going to see some up, and then you're going to see some of this, and then eventually it's going to slow down, and then it's like the momentum is slowing down, right? It's starting to turn over. I'm going to be waiting for a red dot on the 8-hour. Whenever that comes, I don't know how high price will go. We could draw a support and resistance line like here, this little trading range here. Let's see. We'll draw a little rectangle here. Give me the rectangle too. This little box right here, right? Little support resistance range right here. This is kind of bad. I like to draw them from the wick. Kind of gives me a head start. We haven't entered it yet, right? So I'd be willing to say we're probably going to enter this box here pretty soon. Pretty soon here. We'll enter this box, right? Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, Monday. But basically the question is, will it escape this box? So this is what might happen. I mean, the only way you know is watching real time. People give you these price predictions hella far in advance, bro. They be guessing, bro. They just want to pretend like they're a wizard, so you keep checking in on them. So it might do one of these. It might do kick around here, and it might do that, right? Let's just say that could happen. And basically, what I'm going to be looking for is when that happens, will this, and that might be too far. Actually, that's like where is it? That's way in December 9th. Could happen. Won't really know until we get there. But basically, what I'm looking for is this momentum wave here on this 8-hour. That might do one of these. You get a red dot, maybe you get a little green one, but you get another red dot. Then I'd be shorting on that one back down again. Whatever happens when we get there. That's how I'm trading in real time. And here's the best part. We call it out in the profit circle. So in the profit circle, I'm going to tell you pretty much every morning, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to pull up the Discord. I'm going to go into the market analysis channel, and we're going to talk about it, what we're seeing here today, this morning, when you wake up first thing in the morning, what's been going on. So that's where I'm going to call it out, and some of the other members are going to put out things like the heat maps and different things like that, and we'll discuss what they see, and you can discuss too. If you have any questions about it, you can go ahead and ask it. So that's, first of all, what I want to do when shorting. So the first thing I want to do in shorting is I want to make sure that we are actually at a time that's bearish. So that's the first thing I want to do in shorting, just to stick with the title of this video. All right. So once we're like, okay, we're bearish now. Now you want to decide, first of all, what ticker to short. So this is, again, I want to short weakness and go long strength. And this is very important. It saved me, I don't know how many times, y'all. How many times this has saved me going long short strength and short weakness. So in the Discord, if you're not sure, I have a list of tickers that have been recently bearish or recently bullish. So look at all these bearish tickers on here. You got Moondag, APT, Dash, SCRT, ICP, Atom, With. And I'll go in there periodically, not every day, but every once in a while. Like recently, this is when it's been short. So if we think we're getting some red day news or something coming up overall market wide, take a look at it in here and see, okay, what are these shitcoin tickers that I want to short? Because I don't like shorting Bitcoin. I don't want to short Bitcoin. Bitcoin is too strong. I want to short something that is like just completely hated, right? Atom. Someone said that they're one of the favorite tickers to trade is Atom, ATM, right here, right? Like this ticker, every time it gets a pump, it can't hold. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a safe short to me. It just trends down, you know? And then look at this. This is what I call the Wile E. Coyote trade. So here we go. Check this. This was a perfect example right here. This got up way over its skis. Like, what the hell are you doing up there? You're a bearish ticker that no one loves. You didn't catch fire. You don't have any news, and you might want to check if they had some critical news that all of a sudden made everyone want to buy them. This is the Wile E. Coyote trade. When something gets over its skis, it's just like Wile E. Coyote. The rest of the market starts to fall, and it doesn't know it's supposed to fall, so it stands there in thin air for a while. That's why I call that the Wile E. Coyote trade. Now, I made that up just because it makes sense, right? It's like right here, I bet you other coins were already starting to drop, but this one was still going higher. It didn't have any real news. It was just having a little extra short squeeze blow off top, and then boom, it came all the way back down. This was a great trade. Looks like I took it too, because this turquoise lines is usually my take profit. I don't remember for sure. I got to go check. Might have been Breakout Prop, might have been Fimex, but that's also why I leave the lines on the screen. It'll kind of help me refresh my memory. But you can tell that, you know, this shit coin is not going to the moon. I wish I had a long-term bag of it. It ain't going to happen. And that's the other thing. In order to be a short seller, you have to be realistic, okay? Like, your bag is not, it ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't happening, if it ain't, like, I wish, boy, do I wish that I could go back up, 900% or whatever. Highly unlikely. It's just, you got to come to terms with that. It's highly unlikely. So you got to, if you're still a bag holder, you got to make some money back another way. Not necessarily the same way, but you might have to short. So that's what this video, today's show is about, basically. And so on this chart here, let me pull back up TradingView. On this chart, you can make a lot. You can still make the money, though. Like dollar for dollar, you can make the money. And the reason is because on Breakout Prop, they give you 100 grand a trade. Well, they don't give it to you. You buy an evaluation. This is how it works. You buy an evaluation. If you pass the evaluation, you become a funded trader. I always do the $100,000 account. There's some new products out. I have not tried them, Turbo and some other ones, but just the classic $100,000 account for $9.99. And then they'll give you 100 grand to trade with. And so you can, there's a lot of tickers on there. But like if you'll go here, you go, Adam, you can make, and we'll just see an example real quick, right? So Adam, remember there's 2x leverage built in on altcoins. So let's say we want to short Adam. Let's just take a quick look. Adam, look, you can tell it's been weak. Oh, let me show you this real quick, right? I can tell Adam is still a relatively weak ticker when I look at it compared to Bitcoin. I'll show you exactly why right here. Okay, let me pull it up right next to it. So we just go back and forth. So this blue line is the CME gap for the weekend. It is someone asked me in the group about indicators that we use, but right here, Bitcoin CME gaps, right here, you see that's this one here. This blue line, this is like a glitch or something that just started happening a couple weeks ago. But basically this line here is where the weekend started on Friday at 1500, and then now I have a line of like relatively bullish or bearish on the weekend for every ticker. So of course Bitcoin has a CME gap, but not all the other tickers, but they all get the indicator to show you when the weekend started. So I can see that ATOM is bearish compared to Bitcoin because it was been down the whole weekend. It barely went up, and now we're still below the weekend right now, whereas Bitcoin went up, and it's still kind of this little down. You can see this little downstroke right here. This is at exactly 2,200. Let's see, 2,200 was here, right? This got a little downstroke here too, right here, 2,200, but then it couldn't continue that rally that Bitcoin came. Therefore, it's relatively weak, and I have it in the bearish ticker category. Okay, so good. This is one I want to short. So when do I want to short it? Well, I want to short it once I think that the overall market is trying to finish off. So what I like to do, when I think Bitcoin is going to turn bearish, I'll short Atom instead of Bitcoin because it'll go down more than Bitcoin, basically. And so what I'll do is on Breakout Prop, this is part of the reason why I have two screens open. I might have Bitcoin on this side, and then I'll have Bitcoin on this side, and then I'll have the ticker I want to short right here. So you see Bitcoin's going up, but Atom's not. These are both on this. Let me get it on the equal charts, obviously. So this is the 1 minute chart, right? So I got them zoomed as far as they can, right? So this goes 2,300 is here on this one. 2,300 is right here on this one. This is as zoomed in as I can get it. If it was a little more even, you'd be like this. How about like this? Yeah, like this, right? So here's 20. You can see it had a little bottom here at 2311, but it made its pump and fell back down again, and Bitcoin made its pump and then continued at 4 in the morning. So this is relatively bearish. So I can do my TA on Bitcoin, and once I think that that's bearish, then I'm looking at Atom, and that's the one I'll short. So that's how I usually do a short setup. I'll short the weak tickers, and then that way, like if I'm wrong or maybe I'm just a little bit early, I may not get punched in the face because there's a little more. You might one more scam wick on Bitcoin, and this one won't go up as much, and so you might not get stopped out. And then you'll enter, and time's on your side a little bit more if you're shorting a bearish ticker, and then of course the opposite if we're bullish. So let me look at Bitcoin again on TradingView real quick and try to determine when this is going. Well, I already looked earlier, right? And I was like, well, boy, we're bullish right now. It's kind of hard for me to short this right now because I want to make sure that these dots are in my favor. So this ain't the one. I mean, this ain't the one. One of the longer tickers, the strong tickers, would be BNB. BNB is one that's usually pretty strong. This whole cycle has been pretty strong. It doesn't look that much stronger than Bitcoin right now, though. Bitcoin's actually a little bit stronger. Let's see. Solana has been recently strong. Let's see what Solana's doing. About the same. I'm just looking at it how its candles have been moving since the weekend. One more thing real quick, you guys. One thing I will do for the group too. Did I do the CME? I want to show here. It isn't working. For some reason, I'm getting an error message on the super chat. But what I want to do is next week, I'm going to have it. So if you guys give me the goal in the super chats, then I'll pick a ticker and trade it on Bitcoin. Trade it on Breakout Prop, whatever ticker you want in whatever direction you want. And I'll show you guys my scalping strategy. And I'm going to see if I can still win money no matter what ticker you give me and no matter what direction you vote in, because I have a scalping strategy. I guess I have to pick the direction. I'll tell you guys to give me any ticker. I'll let you pick what ticker, and I'll have to pick the direction because basically it's based upon if there's a 1 hour red dot or green dot, and I'll do my strategy and see if we can make money no matter which directions. We'll do that next week. I need the super chats to work though. I don't know why the super chat. There's a glitch. ChatGPT told me there's some sort of a glitch here in the super chats, so I can't even set the goal on the super chat right now. All right. So, anyways, I'm asking about some coins there. So, okay, here's the thing in Fimex. Now, Fimex, if you guys use that, Fimex has a campaign going on right now too. I meant to tell you guys that earlier. I posted it on Twitter. Fimex has like a lot of bonuses, and it's kind of hard for me to go over them all. They're giving away like $3 million in bonuses right now. Use my referral code to create an account on Fimex, and then you get like extra special perks on top of those bonuses. Okay, so that's the code on the screen, GMMNX5. The link is in the description of this video as well. But then you get they got like deposit bonuses and stuff where they like match how much money you put in there and things like that. And then of course also you get access to the Profit Circle, which is the private group, and that's where you're going to get to see all the trade setups and stuff. You get access to that for free for 1 month. So create an account with my Fimex link, and a lot of good things will come your way. It's actually more stuff than I can even say on broadcast here. So I just want to let you know that. But Fimex is where we can trade all the shit coins. So Breakout Prop, they're more limit on how many coins they have. And there's plenty, you get such a big bankroll, you don't need a huge move. Plus, they got the 2x leverage built in. Oh, right on. Appreciate Blockchain Cowboy in the house. You guys, Blockchain Cowboy is one of the best wave makers in the group. So once you're verified wave maker. That's what your title is once you're verified in the premium group of the Discord. And Blockchain Cowboy's been in there every day supporting nonstop for months now. So I appreciate you, Blockchain Cowboy, man. My man's been on his job and welcoming new members who come into the group, things like that. We run a pretty clean ship in our Discord group. I don't know if you guys have been in other Discord groups. I haven't been in that many myself, but it kind of turns to a shit show sometimes. You know what I mean? But our group is pretty clean. We got traders only. You know what I mean? There's not a billion people in there posting all kind of crazy stuff. It really is about we in there trying to make money. And so, I appreciate Blockchain Cowboy always welcoming everybody. If anybody else is in there, please welcome anybody who joins the group. Make them feel welcome. You never know. They might be sitting on nuggets. And by the way, there's no way to know how much money some of these people trade. People got millions of dollars out there. Some people have been trading for years. So welcome everybody in the group. They might show us something. They might give us some game. You know what I mean? So make them feel welcome or else they take that game somewhere else. They could be, Blueberry's been giving us winners, heaters, 7 days a week. Okay. So we want to welcome as many great traders as possible. So, everybody is cool. We keep it civil. You know what I mean? You can disagree about a trade setup, no problem, but we keep it civil and, there's no personal attacks and like that. But so far, so good. That's all I'm saying. And Blockchain Cowboy is one of the people who's been making sure that has been so far, so good. So I appreciate you, Blockchain Cowboy. Keep it up, man. So anyways, appreciate you guys and everybody in the chat supporting him as well. Oh, there he is, top tier right there. How you doing, man? This has been a great new wave maker as well, doing his thing. So he's sharing trade setups, and we appreciate that. So there we go. Back to the charts real quick. Oh, we're on Fimex. All right. So Fimex, you get to set your own leverage, and that's what you do up here, right? So here is an Ethereum. I was gonna say before the show started, thinking let me get a ticker that everybody hates. I know. I'll trade Ethereum. I'm sorry, guys. Just if you ever used Ethereum, the gas fees will make you hate it after a while, especially if you get a stuck transaction. I gotta stress this real quick. All right. I really am a blockchain enthusiast. We discuss trading on the channel and trading in the Discord group because this is short-term trading. We're day trading. Really, we are just swing trading, less than a week. I ain't held nothing over a week and I don't know how long, okay? Very short-term trading. Trading is trading. But investing is two different things, okay? And part of the reason I originally got into crypto is because I looked at it as an investment more than just a trade, whereas stocks, we were just doing day trading and stuff. So we were going hardcore on the day trading. When I say we, I had my mentor, and this guy's trading millions, okay? And I had my little few 100,000 or whatever. I was trying to keep up. And, he was showing me the ropes, though. He showed me how to trade. We were looking at the order books. I really learned how markets work, the mechanics work. They go up because people buy, and they go down because people sell. And anybody tells you anything otherwise is selling you something. Someone has to press the button. It's not because of earning. It's not because of that. No, none of those things. It's not like a formula that says, if you hit this earnings, then your price will go to this. That is not why. It's because the story that the earnings tell or whatever is the story they believe in, just like they believed in MicroStrategy, just like they believed in Tesla, whatever the case may be, someone has to push the button. And that's just the rubber meets the road, the way markets work. And so, but I could really see that when we're in the order books because the guy is going to go buy 60,000 shares or something and put up a wall. So when we're battling the shorts, who also has a wall on the sell side, it made it so that we're just trading in that range for the day. I could tell you for that day that the price would never go above this line or below this line because literally these two people have such a large buy and sell order that if any single person broke through it, then they would be getting a call from the SEC. He told me this has happened to him before. He's like, I should just take $2 million and just bust through his wall, but then I'll get a phone call from the SEC. I'm like, God damn, bro, what you doing? He's like, it's happened to me a couple times before. I'm like, oh my God, bro, because the way it works is in stocks, and someone out there will correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't traded stocks in a couple years, but if you buy more than 20% of the volume in a day, they're going to, quote unquote, investigate. They're going to call you. So that's why he couldn't buy all that guy's shares up and just break through the wall, is because I don't know if it's necessarily a violation of the rules, but it's an investigation of the rules right away. I'm not sure on that. You can't quote me on that one. But basically, because these small penny stocks and stuff, someone Warren Buffett could just go buy the whole bottom half of the market. You know what I'm saying? He literally has enough money. And so that's one of those things that's regulated. But in crypto, we don't really have those regulations. So you guys probably heard about, I think it was Justin Sun who bought all that XRP earlier last year when everything was pumping all the way up, and then he dumped it all, and then all those short sellers got squeezed, took all their money, and then he dumped on everybody who bought it and chased it. So, crypto is way more the wild, wild west. So that's also why I want to, give you guys caution when it comes to shorting, is because that in crypto, anything can happen. So The one thing I have not mentioned yet, but goes without saying, is you got to have a stop loss. And what I was gonna do is when I get to this is there's more than one way to look at that. First of all, always have it on isolation. And I wanted to call this out because I saw a couple guys in the profit circle. Their P&L showed that they were on cross and not isolation. Now I know Blueberry knows what he's doing. He has his on cross. I don't know if he's got a separate account or what the case may be, but if you're trading multiple tickers, you're probably not going to want it on cross. You want it on isolation, okay? And that makes it so that this one ticker might, if I get liquidated on my Zcash short, which is possible, but if I get liquidated on it, like the liquidation amount is right here, 722. If I get liquidated on that, then it's just this one position. If I had it on cross, it wouldn't even matter pretty much what the leverage is. It would just be like my whole entire bankroll would be basically being used for this trade. In which case, if I didn't have a stop loss, I could lose all my money if there's a crazy short squeeze like that. So you don't want to have it on isolation mode. Put it on. You don't want to have it on cross. Put it on isolation mode by clicking this. Okay, whatever trade you're doing, especially if you're shorting some shit coin like that. Because then the worst case scenario, even if you forgot to put on a stop loss, is that you're just going to get liquidated for this one ticker and not your whole bankroll, and you can live to fight another day. Okay, so that's the thing. Shorting also, if there's a genuine short squeeze, like you don't want to try to wait it out. I've done this before, and you regret it every single time. Just cut your losses, and then you wait for the momentum to go out to slow down, and then you re-enter. Then, okay, you don't want to try to keep averaging down. That'll usually burn you, unless you have a preset plan in advance that says, okay, this is how much money I'm prepared to lose on this trade, because things start getting bigger and bigger and bigger, faster and faster on a short squeeze. And remember, the sky's the limit. There's no limit to how much you can lose, and not until it hits your liquidation amount. So again, always have it on isolation mode if you're going to be doing a short. Any trade on FIMX, whatever. And then here, of course, is where you set your leverage amount. All right. So that's definitely a very important thing for anybody who's watching this who want to learn about shorting. I definitely have to call that out. Now, in Breakout Prop, there is no isolation mode. It's on, the whole entire thing is on hedge mode, first of all. So what that means is hedge mode is that you can open the same position twice in either direction at the same exact time. And even if you do it in the same direction, it doesn't average down. So like if I did that on FIMX, let's say I open up something at $10 and I open up again at $11, it's going to give me the prices, my average between 10 and 11, and it like automatically averages in still one position. In Breakout Prop, it's going to show you two positions. I'll do it for you guys one time. So Adam, let's see here. I got to short it, right? I can't go long, Adam. So let me do a small amount here, right? Whatever, 25 bucks, right? So if I send this short in Adam, all right, down a little, you can see the spread here was just this little bit here. Come on, ticker, move. Oh, I can do another one. It doesn't really matter, actually. Do another one. You see how they're all there's more than one position, and then actually you could turn this off for a second, right? So there's two. I could even go long, Adam, here. Boom, long. Another long, right? So all these tickers are in hedge mode. They're all totally different. They don't tell you like your average. They don't merge them into one place. If you click on net aggregation, which I always have on, then they will, but it's just a drop down. This is just the math. And you can click this box if you want to close them all. So my net P&L is right here, but these are all still separate positions that I would then have to close like separately. You see, like that if I wanted to, or I could just close them all by clicking this here and then click this. This is the X on the net aggregate line like that. And then you can go like that. So that's what hedge mode is. So there is no combining into one position. You like the default to it's like the default to cross. Yeah. So that's the thing on FIMX. The default is cross. I hate that they do that. This is what Blockchain Cowboy is talking about right now in the chat. They default, if you put it on a new ticker for whatever reason, they default it up here to cross. You have to switch it to isolation. So it's a little bit kind of risky. Sometimes we call out the reason I say that is because sometimes we call out a new ticker in the profit circle that you may have never seen before, and so you search it up here, no problem, and then you want to jump in the short. Make sure you go ahead and turn this to isolation mode. This is important stuff. I don't know how many of y'all out there paying attention, but this this little shit right here can save you a lot of money. It's a hell of a thing. When I go live, I don't necessarily know. People do other stuff. And you go live, of course. Someone's going live, maybe cooking some food or some shit right now. But like this little shit will save you a lot of money if you pay attention to it. I'm giving you like the boring little nuggets, but like I know someone will go on here and tell you the strategy of the setup like there's some wizard. I know I do a 3-to-1 ratio every time, and it's not worth my money unless I do all that kind of shit. And you're like, I'm going to do 3-to-1 ratios every time. That may make you some money. It may not make you some money. What I'm teaching you is how to avoid getting wrecked. If you don't have the shit on cross and you get squeezed, you lose all your money. Like, someone got to tell you that shit. All right. So people should be paying attention, because I be giving y'all the little nuts and bolts that, like, if you don't know this shit, you fuck around and get wrecked. But okay, a lot of people already know that stuff. So breakout prop. Now here's the thing I like about breakout prop. I like to trade on the 1 minute candle, and I can just be very precise, right? So let's see. Let's see. This is Adam. Now I got all these little candles here, but check this out. You know what? This is actually a good example. This ticker is such low liquidity that you can see it moves. You see these rectangles on the 1 minute chart? Like, these are the units it moves in. There's not like an in between. See how it moved? It's going to move. It's going to here. Every one of these lines on the grid is 1 unit. So if we were going to go, let's say buy, and you're watching it like here, that's the spread, right? 1 unit. We know in this amount, 1 unit was 2 cents because we saw it, but every tick is 2 cents. If at $25, what that means is if this was $250, every unit is 20 cents. I'll just do one. Go long, right? So 20. See right here, 20 cents is the P&L. It started me at negative because I lost in the spread. That was the spread I lost right off top. It cost me 20 cents per tick. Per tick is 20 cents when I do a position of $251. If I did a position of $2,500, I would know that every tick was $2. All this shit matters if you're scalping. You know what I'm saying? Because you need to know if you got, and then let's say if we did a position of $25,000, every tick is $20. So every unit would be $20. 5 quick ticks, and all of a sudden I'm down $100. You get what I'm saying? And then to get out of that trade, if I market order it, I'm going to lose $20 off the top just to market order, just to get out. So that's need to know information if you're going to be scalping, because you might be doing 10 trades a day or something like that. Well, 10 times 20, right? That's $200 you're going to lose right there on scalping, just on entering and exiting the trade. Actually, it's $20 going and coming, it'd be $400. So that's why you need to know that stuff. So if I close this, right, it's going to cost me 60 cents as well. 20 cents as well on the spread, because they're going to give me the other side of this right here. So for shorting, longing, same difference on that. But if you're scalping, you want to take that into consideration. But really, honestly, shorting and going long is basically the same thing, just the opposite direction. It's just that I suggest to do it in the short term. This is kind of the thing. This is kind of the thing that I want to end on here about shorting, and then we're going to go into some. I'm going to take some requests from the audience. Is there any tickers you want me to look at before I get off the stream today? When you're shorting, and I know I had this up. I'll put it back up here so you guys can see. Which one is it? The YouTube one. This one. I'm gonna put it up here. I'll mute Tony Montana here talking shit to us. But the thing about it is, these are giga shorts that I caught the top, and I was very confident that was the top. It was such ridiculous hype after the election and stuff, and these meme coins that have no use case. Sand right there. I used to believe in metaverses and sandbox and shit like that, but that token ain't worth shit. When those went all the way up to there, I'm like, look, you guys, as soon as this momentum ends, I'm shorting this shit. I'm never closing it. If I get stopped, I'll wait and I'll short it again. Okay? Because I'm like, there's no way that this is real, that Web3 is not real. This whole entire cycle was launched by meme coins. But anything other than this, you can't, unless you really think you caught the top, you can't hold up in a short forever. And that's what I wanted to drive home to you guys. I know this episode is about how to short. This is possibly the most important thing. I should probably have told you guys at the beginning of this shit. But shorting, because you can get, remember, think about it. Technically, a ticker could go up forever. It literally could go up forever. That would mean your bankroll would just go down forever if you're trying to short it, until, of course, you get, your whole entire bankroll gets closed and liquidated. But on the other way, if it goes all the way down to zero, you can only max out at 100%. So the way I'm getting those large percentages is because I'm using leverage, and leverage is calculated based upon your percentage. Your position size, your actual real money. Your margin size. So your margin, if you had $100 on it, you did 10x leverage, that'd be $1,000 of position on $100 of margin. And then because it's 10, so then if the ticker moved 1%, that'd be like moving 10% for me, right? So that's how you can get such large percentages. But the point is, if there was no such thing as leverage, you can't make more than 100%. It goes all the way to zero. You made 100% down. And that is where this chart comes back in again. Similar to this, right? Like 97%, like you can't go more than negative 100%. You see it says 90. There would not be a negative 101%. That's impossible mathematically, okay? So That is why when it comes to shorting, and this is the thing I want to tell you, you got to take profit at some point in time. You got to do it. So like I have my song, Crashing Waves. I'm a short the shit coins until they get delisted. I mean, they'll eventually the exchange will just delist them probably. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll have to, like my Ethereum short, I'll close that one eventually. Ethereum is not getting delisted, but I'm just going to wait till the bottom of the bear market when I close it. But basically, you need to know that, especially when we're short-term trading in the profit circle and stuff, you got to know that you're not going to be holding that short open forever. It can't quote unquote go to the moon. It's going to hit a floor at some point. And so you're going to have to go into it knowing that at some point I'm going to take my profit. And that is the key thing about shorting. Whereas, the people who drink hopium or you think your coin is going to take over the world, technically you could hold it forever, right? I mean, I still believe in Bitcoin. I think that a pullback like this, I know that bear markets happen, but like I don't think Bitcoin's going to zero. So technically it could go up forever theoretically, whereas some of these coins ain't going up forever, but they're certainly not going below zero. So that's the main thing, is that if you're going long, theoretically you could hold it forever, but if you're going short, you actually technically cannot. Eventually it will end. So you may as well know that and say, look, okay, I'm going to take profit at some point in time. And then that's just your strategy. It's like I'm setting up the charts. I'm going in, whatever it is, 2-to-1, 3-to-1 ratio, whatever it is, you're going to hit support resistance or wait for that momentum. Just take the money. And what ends up happening is that you start banking gains and your bankroll starts going up over time. You turn that 100 into 200 into 400 into 800 into 1600, you know what I'm saying? 32. Before you know it, batting those singles starts adding up because you're avoiding losses. And this is another thing I always say, and I know people probably think it's kind of obvious, but if you avoid losing, you will eventually win. I'm telling you, this is the weirdest thing. If you avoid losing, you will eventually win. Okay, here we go. So top tiers wants to look at one. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce that, but PARTIUS, or no, it's USD. Oh, Party, PARTI. I'm sorry, then USDT. Let's look up some tickers here real quick. Party. Party. The main thing is just don't lose, right? Don't lose, you'll eventually win. Okay, I like to trade on Fimex. So what I'm going to do, just so you know, if you're new here, you click on this, put it on crypto, type it in here, and we're going to look at Party. I'm going to find it on Fimex. Spot. Ooh, do they have it on Swap is what I'm looking for, perpetuals. If they don't have it on Swap, I'm not doing it because I don't even know you can short Spot. Well, let me see. Here we go. Right here. Is this it? Party? It's got to be it, right? Whew. All right, let me put it on a 10-minute. May have missed the top on this one. Looks like everything up. So what you can't see on the other screen is I got breakout price. Looks like Bitcoin may have found a little top here. Might be a good time to short. Let's see, though. This is a weird one, right? So this is one of those ones that's probably not in breakout prop, but it is in Fimex, it appears. So right here, so this is what I would do, right? And this is, I guess I'm going to miss this one because I didn't catch the top. Would have been nice to, though. But you can kind of see here. So I make the white line support resistance, right? It's going way back to here, right? Where is that at? So the top of this was here. It'd be all-time high, or at least all-time high on this chart. Let me see if it goes back. How far is this? Oh, this ticker's been around a long. I haven't heard of this one. So it's been around a long time. Kind of pulled the okey doke, the same shit, right? It was a pump and dump out the gate. Right here, came down April, same with everything low, boom, boom. When appear, been down ever since, right? Perfect ticker to giga short this thing all the way down. Would have been beautiful. But, and then it fell off a cliff. When is this? September 21st. September 24th. Here's the October 10th. We can always find this October one. Boom, it's doing a couple squeeze. This is a short squeeze, right? So this ticker, I don't even need to know anything about the fundamentals. I don't know what it does, what they plan on solving. I just know this is down and to the right, okay? So we're looking at this now, the daily. So now we zoom in, and we were looking for here a place for that support and resistance. It looks like I may have shorted. Actually, see, this is what I'm telling you. I may have shorted this before in the past. Here to here. Somewhere in the past, I did trade this ticker, actually. I don't even remember. Somewhere in the past, I traded this ticker because this would have been my stop loss and take profit. I don't know where it was, but it was one I should have kept that short open. That's for damn sure. There's a lot that probably look like that. All right, so now what I want to do is, okay, so how high is this thing going to pump? I mean, you guys, this is also, I mean, you never really know, right? This is still kind of risky, right? I'm looking at a previous high over here. Let me see. It just broke through it barely. barely broke through, and it looks like it just reversed. So now we're going to zoom. We know this is where that high is. I'm going to zoom back in here. Certainly went higher than the weekend. It just kissed. This is a 10-minute. This is a short squeeze, right? It barely broke a wick above that and come back down. Looking at a 10-minute red dot. Did the 1 hour actually get a red? 1 hour didn't get a red dot. It's just that things that move this fast, it's going to take a while for the dot to actually come up. Got a 30-minute red dot. You know, could it do this and come back down? So this is what I would do. Top tier, right? Let's say you're already in this short. I wouldn't want to chase it here. It would have been nice if we could have caught it, you know, here or even here. It would have been nice on this candle. After this, I'm not going to chase it personally. But let's just say, right, my strategy is the 10-minute wet. Once you're in your, you know, once you train with the trend, I'm trading on the 10-minute. Again, if it's a short squeeze, you probably got to zoom in a little bit more, probably the 5-minute. But let's see, you know, if somebody shorted it here or here or whatever, basically the time you get out of this is when this 5-minute red dot reappears. If you're swinging it on the 5-minute ones, you could keep it open. You're holding the short until you get a 5-minute red dot here. And what comes before the 5-minute? The 3-minute. So what you do is you zoom in on the 3-minute, and now we wait. Let's say we're shorting right now. Maybe we're red, maybe we're not. Maybe we're green, maybe we're not. But we're shorting it, and we're just going to sit here and watch it. Trading is boring most of the time. We're going to sit here and watch it, and we're going to see however long it goes like this. Whenever it finally starts to come up like this, but it won't be the price that tells me. It'll be this. So whenever I start to see that, whenever I get that red dot here, green dot on 3-minute, I'm going to zoom to the 5. I'm going to zoom out to the 5-minute, and then I'm watching it. And as soon as we get that 5-minute, boom, I'm just going to take my profit. I'm going to get out, and then we're going to watch it. And maybe it'll come like this. Maybe it'll turn right back around. As soon as it turns back around, and we get another dot, a red dot now, boom, now I'm shorting it back again. And that's how I would scalp it. Again, it's a little bit more tricky on the short squeeze ones because it's moving so fast that it's hard to, like, Market Cipher B might lag a little bit. It's a little bit of a different strategy, but that's the basic premise, is that you're trading with the trend. You're trading with the momentum. And listen, if you jump in and 2 seconds later, the reverses, you got to get out. And, you know, and if it, you know, it sucks because you got to trade, trading fees, slippage, and all that shit. But, you know, maybe this ain't the ticker to do that on. I haven't traded it, so I don't know what the slippage is and stuff. But that's basically what I'm looking at here. I mean, of course, I think that now we've got the downward momentum. I think that was the top. You know, maybe this played its hand out, but you have to determine when you want to get out because it could squeeze again, right? I mean, this ticker squeezed right here. It might squeeze again. So you got to take the green. Okay, let's take a look at right here what happened. If we were trading that 5-minute swing on this move here, you would have got out on this green dot right here, and it would have served you well. You could have, if you wanted to get back on this one red dot, okay, you would have Christmas treed in and out here a couple times, would have sucked. But, you know, then when you got at this dot here, this candle, it would have gone against you. You would have saved yourself from it going against you like this. 5-minute, honestly, is too short. You know, once this movement stopped, I probably would have just got out of this ticker. What we're waiting for on a short squeeze is for that big move to happen, and then it has a counter trend reversal to the downside. I don't like trading these flat tickers because they could break in either direction on you for no reason. You don't really know. What else? SWI. All right, SWI. Blockchain Kevin wants to look at SWI. Now, SWI is probably not going to have some crazy short squeeze right now. I don't know, but I'm just going to say go out on a limb here. Let's see. And usually OKX, and also, by the way, if you're trading on Breakout prop, it used to be that OKX was the exchange that they synced to. I'm not sure if it is now since it got bought up by Kraken. Just ask their customer support. The customer support will tell you. So I'm gonna find it on here. I'm looking at SWI. So yeah, I want to find it on. I want to find it on. Oops. I want to find it on Fimex. Oh, well, the other way to do it is you go sources. Let's type Fimex. I know I already have it on the list. That's why. Okay, so I made it a little green thing. Let me just find it. I know it is in my stronger tickers. Let me see. Oh, I'm way at the bottom. I put my strong tickers at the top. Right here, SWI. Okay. Boy, SWI is relatively bearish this weekend. I can tell instantly because this is the weekend line, right? The CME gap line, whereas Bitcoin, remember, was above it. Remember, Bitcoin's above it. So SWI has been relatively bearish this weekend compared to Bitcoin. That's not good. That's not good at all. Woo, SWI's been ugly since ugly since October 10th. Bro, that is a bearish ticker right there. I got to put that on the bearish ticker list. Holy sheesh. Hold on. I'm going to do that right now. Until further notice, this has got to go on the bearish ticker list. Sweet. So what I'll do is I'll come in here. Let me just show you real quick. I'll come in here. Plus, I'll go to bearish tickers. Come on, bearish tickers. All right, here. I'm already in it. Okay, sweet. I'm already in it. So, and I'm just going to put it on the list. And, you do with that what you will. Now, I'm not exactly bearish on the whole entire market at this exact moment. I want to see what happens on Monday. So I can't say that, I'm not opening any shorts or longs at this exact moment. But I'm just looking at the ticker, and it's just like, SWE is underloved. And the reason why that matters, the bearish and bullish tickers, is because things just run out of buyers. They just run out of buyers. No one comes to pull the lever, and then the price ain't going up. Period. I don't give a damn how much you think your ticker's going to change the world. It ain't going to go up if no one buys it. So, that's the only thing that actually makes price move is buyers and sellers. So, man, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, SWE's run out of buyers. And, there's no one interested in buying it today, at least. And so that's why it's down. And in trading, the trend is your friend. The trend is your friend to the end. So I'm going to be bearish until it's bullish. Until it gives me some reason to say, hey, the trend is to the upside. It's showing me strength. It's showing me relative strength, Yeah, bro. I'm sorry. It's bullish. It's bearish right now. So I don't know what, this sideways shit I hate. Well, let's see. So here's the thing we haven't even looked at today is the NASDAQ, because NASDAQ is controlling the whole entire market, all the markets, crypto, everything, right? So, and of course, the weekend is closed. So this is the ticker we're looking at to track the futures, but the NASDAQ has man, this was my prediction that it could do a head and shoulders like this. I think I put that in a video early last week. Like this looks like it could. So what that means is basically this could, come back up. This was the neckline here, this 608-ish, maybe a little higher. It might be here, maybe. Maybe this is a little, we'll draw the rectangle on this one, actually. We'll draw the rectangle on this one. We'll draw it here-ish. Oops, come on, rectangle. Okay. Give me my rectangle. Rectangle. All right. I want to draw the rectangle here. It's really like a zone, right? This is like the zone of where, and I'm drawing it between these wicks. You see between these high here on this neckline and this low here, about maybe a little bit higher, maybe. Oh, if you hold control, you can be more precise on it. Otherwise, it tries to snap to it. So, I'm thinking price might revisit this purple rectangle here and then roll back down again. So that would make this line, a little bit higher. If I can move it a little higher. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't perfectly drawn here. We'll draw it a little more perfect this time. We'll say. We'll tighten up our prediction a little bit. These little lines here, there's not no exact science to this. When people draw these, it's just speculation. So I don't want to do it. But just to kind of show you what the head and shoulders looks like. This is kind of what it would look like here. In fact, I wouldn't even draw it down here. Someone drew a little head and shoulders one time like this, you could say. But I'm drawing it a little bit bigger, more like this. That's kind of more how I'm drawing it, to say that would be the head and shoulders, and this comes down a little bit like that. And then that's where this white, because it hit here, is the neckline, and then after that, bear market. But I don't know. Stocks have been extraordinarily strong. So it's hard to predict the stock market. It's just that when stocks fall, crypto is crushed. Crypto's toast if stocks fall. So, you got to be careful. With this move here, and people basically are like, crypto bear market, it's over. It's done. And, that's how I feel too. But I've kind of been calling it for a while. 126 was a while back. So basically, could stocks bounce? Of course they could. They're stocks. They come in, they buy something like they buy every freaking dip in the world in the NASDAQ. I'd be shocked if the NASDAQ didn't have a green week. Look at the weekly chart on the NASDAQ here. This looks like a blow off top that I said in real time. I said, is this going to be a blow off top? Because these 3 green wicks here, holy shit. Come on, man. And then that big wick here, really on the daily, is when I first noticed these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of green were just epic. Little zigzag, and then it came down, couldn't get up. We had this epic candle here on Thursday. Got a small green candle on Friday, and it didn't end strong. I don't know. Tomorrow's a big week. It's also a short week. It's a holiday week in the United States. We have Thanksgiving, so, I don't know what the markets are going to do. It's kind of a weird one. But that's why, for me, my main play right now is just scalping if I'm going to trade, which is easily just done with my scalping strategy with the 1 minute. Excuse me, the 1 minute is on breakout prop. So the 1 minute on breakout prop, and then I've got the 1 hour and the 10-minute waves are what I'm trading off of inside of TradingView. So, and this is on Market Cipher B, down here. Oops, down here. And as you can see too, by the way, this is proof. So Bitcoin drops, Bitcoin starts to drop, but Atom drops even more, right? Like it broke well below this little bottom here. It's just a bearish ticker. It's just gonna, if you were gonna bet long or short on Atom based upon the larger market, you would be bearish. This is a bearish ticker, more or less. That's pretty much it I got for today. Hey, thanks chat out there, and also the Profit Circle. One more day, the business development manager for Breakout Prop is extending the promotion through today. So if anybody has, maybe you got a breakout prop, you just got breached, you just passed one, and you wanna get one more, you still got one more day to enter into the contest. Here you go, to the contest right here, and we're giving away a $100,000 breakout prop evaluation. So to enter, all you got to do is use my discount code GGRF7W, and you're automatically entered. If you see down here, the bigger the evaluation you buy, the more entries you get. So that's pretty much it. Also, I'm going to Art Basel on December 2nd. Shout out to my man Loudmouth. We're going to be filming a music video out there. So I'm working on this epic song today. I won't be doing any more trading today. We hit that Pippin last night. So shout out to everybody who was with me in Pippin. Join the Profit Circle. Man, we killing them in there. I'm proud of the Profit Circle, man. That's all I want to say. I'm proud of y'all. Everybody's been cool. Everybody's been sharing setups. Some people have been taking them, some not. We watching winning. It's 24/7, so we doing our thing at whatever time you have. I can't get in every trade, but I'm in enough of them, and we're doing well. So shout out to everybody who's promoting it. If you can do your boy a favor, like the video, share the video. If you see some of my tweets promoting the Profit Circle, please retweet it. Shout out to Blockchain Cowboy retweeting my shit. Appreciate that. And man, that's pretty much it, man. We're gonna wrap it up today. That's all I got for y'all today. But the P&L don't lie. And Tony Montana Tony Montana had to make it clear for y'all that your boy Cassius Cuvée, it's not even about that I told you so. It's about I tried to warn everybody so they didn't lose all their money chasing this stuff at the top. You feel me? That's really what it is. So that's it. It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. I'm gonna play out the song Crashing Waves while we watch this right here, because man, you know what I'm saying? Like, we knew it would happen. Turn up this music right here. It's a sad state of affairs. I love blockchain, I love crypto, but unfortunately, man, this hype cycle was ran by memes, and it wasn't gonna hold.
It's the come up, but not a typical Sunday. The dream feel real when the wheels hit the runway. I'm way too chill, high conviction, I don't blink. I told you I would have a beach chair and a cold drink, but don't think knowing the future is wishing for it. I got a position for it, damn right I'm a giga shorted. All anyone can do is play the hand that they dealt you. You don't wanna hear the truth? Well, man, I can't help you. First we chased hot themes, all season we got dreams, but you scrutinized legitimate projects and bought memes. Okay, after pumping the price of a top scheme, it melted like ice cream. Now I shorten my live stream. I never did believe him, guess you could call me a heathen. The reason I'm spitting salt is cause they choked out alt season. So fuck your favorite meme, three-fisted. I'm a short dad, stupid piece of shit until it's delisted. I told the profit circle, I'ma get my friends paid since memes killed everything. This is a
That's right.
revenge trade.
Cure
Ain't
all the
nobody
hope, my man.
innocent. Finish it, I'm winning it. I'm talking about gains of over 5,000% and shit. These can ease the cope when I'm floating in the ocean soaking. Lost all hope and I'm shorting my favorite token. It may drown, I chose to get paid on the way down. I ain't playing around, I'm rolling and crash like the wave sound. Now I'm chilling on a nude beach, sipping something too sweet. Looking for a hottie, nice body and some cute feet. Instead of being on Twitter criticizing leaders, I'd rather be on an island digmatizing divas. Man, I'm gone. This song is a mirrored bookend.
I told y'all in imaginary gangsters, imaginary players, imaginary traders that y'all gotta be ready for anything here, man. That's to come up with your boy Cassius Cuvée. I'm gonna see y'all next Sunday. After that, I'll be in Miami. So I will be here for next Sunday's show, but we got some big things popping, man. I got some more. I'm gonna have some more prizes for the Profit Circle.
It's the come up, but not a typical Sunday.
Join the Profit Circle and holla at your boy Cassius Cuvée. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. We getting money, man. Peace, y'all.